Aren't you just pleasant and
Hello.
purple today?
Felt like a lavender kind of day.
Soothing. It was the soothing vanilla.
It was that
yesterday.
soothing vanilla. It's just carried over in today. Kind of in a really zen place today.
Oh, this is going to make for a great podcast.
Isn't it though? I think so. I think so.
The Zen mare.
No.
Can you meditate while sitting on the couch?
Excuse me, pardon me.
Maybe sit in like a Buddha position. Can you do that currently?
Please.
Probably
No,
not.
I-
both legs up.
Yes, not
I have
from the spur
I have a
injury.
very, very serious injury, so.
I don't know, you were walking fairly normally.
You did.
Well,
You're moving slightly
I would
better.
think that most normal human beings would have been in bed, but I've soldiered through.
You can't
Wow.
stay in bed because you have an injury. You can't stay in
Normal
bed
human
because
being.
you.
But
walk
you're not
up
a
and down
normal.
the
You're a
floor.
superhuman.
If I wouldn't go that
Your
far.
natural athletic ability.
You wanted it said. I said it.
Maybe abnormal is more like it, but still.
I just try to be kind. Because you're in such a zen place. I don't want to slap you around.
Are you still there?
I think so.
None of this should be recorded.
No. See, very zen. Very zen place.
You're doing great.
Ooh.
You're doing great.
I think so. I feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, you're
It's dying.
man.
I forgot. I stopped watering it.
I don't water anything.
Planet's doing so well. So
I have
nurturing
given
down here.
nothing light,
So nurturing.
so
here at
I
the
don't
Living
feel
Center.
that I need to nurture and care for anything.
I feel like
I
you
did
just
not bring
need
it
to
in
get a
this
fake
world.
one and set it on there.
At this point, it looks like a ball of yarn.
It is. It's nice, the green color.
There's no resuscitating.
No, it needs to go.
It's
I mean,
really-
it's made it since Valentine's.
I mean, I think I have a
Oh.
little fake one. Maybe I'll just bring it.
The little. That's cute. So if you dump the rest of it somewhere and maybe put some marbles in there or something, it'd be lovely.
Marbles?
That was an interesting go-to.
The little heart-shaped marbles, you've seen them. I'm not
No.
sure what you call
Not familiar with the heart-shaped
them.
marbles.
Tchotchkes.
Do
What
you
about
have-
like a Zen garden? Like a little
Yes.
Oh.
The little. Yeah, just put a little rake in there.
Then
Some
you would
sand
never
and
leave.
just a tiny little rake.
You would never leave.
I'd be so zen. It would be just amazing. And maybe a tiny little gnome.
I hate gnomes.
That's
That makes it more appealing.
All the better.
They're creepy.
All the better.
It's not welcome in my office.
They're good luck.
Bullshit.
It's known. It's known throughout the world.
You're making it
Gnomes
up.
No, you have to look it up.
No, because
Google it.
Ron came back from
That
Iceland.
was a troll.
No, those were trolls, not gnomes.
Yeah.
Very
They were
different
trolls.
creatures.
So
You
what's on the docket
You
today?
don't want that on the record.
Probably not.
Mm.
Probably not.
You're on the docket, on the record.
On the
It's
record.
you. Talk about your capstone project as you round out your 12 years as mayor.
12
Capstone, Renee's making a face.
glorious
I'm
years.
making things up.
They have been glorious
12
years.
glorious years.
I'd like to think so.
Okay, so we need to introduce the guest.
Do we?
I think we do.
I think he comes, there's no introduction needed. He's like a regular on the couch.
He is our most,
Beloved.
of course.
Yes. Oh, there's the cackle.
The-
Nothing like kicking it off with the cackle. Okay.
Yes, your most requested guest.
We do get a lot of high
Oh, well,
high
there you
downloads
go.
when you're on.
People
There you
do
go.
enjoy when the mayor joins us on the couch.
And
First
I am
guest.
always happy to join
Are you?
join you here.
Mm-hmm.
These podcasts are so popular. Taking a life of their own.
They've done something.
They have
Yeah.
done something, yes, true.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, introduce the guest. Even though he doesn't.
Isn't that what we just
introduce.
did?
We've never said who he is.
Hi, I'm Eric. I'm the mayor.
Oh my gosh! I love that. That should be the new thing.
That's
is
so
the guest just has to
fantastic.
like introduce himself.
It's true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there it
You
is.
are
I'm Eric.
the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just Eric.
Just plain Eric.
Just one name. That's good.
Kind of like Cher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe after you are done as the mayor, you could just have a symbol. Very Prince-like. Just a symbol.
Yes, the artist formerly known as Eric.
Prince.
Yeah. Now just some odd symbol.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We
We'll
found
work on
somewhere.
that for you.
Yeah, let's work on that.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
do
we'll do that.
really fancy design of some Yeah, I like it.
It seems fitting.
It does. Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
I'm moving on, man.
We
Let's
have
do
to, or this is gonna just
It's just gonna-
continually like spiral
it's
in
circle,
a very quick downward pattern.
So one of the projects that we have announced a few months ago, actually it's been almost a year ago that we
Yes.
started the fundraising,
Yeah.
is the Splash Pad project.
Yes.
And a lot of people have been asking for updates and what's going on with that. And so this has been something that you've been very passionate about.
It is true.
So we thought it only appropriate that we bring you on today and have a conversation about the project, where it stands, how it's kind of evolved, and where we see it ending up.
Well, I think, to fill in some blanks, we've gone and visited places where we can look at all kinds of different water play, the toys and things, if you want to call, for lack of a better term, giant buckets and
I know.
yes, and purple little purple what is that?
Creatures,
Stingrays.
yes.
Things that are going to be crowd pleasers, I think. But the important thing for me, and it has been since the very beginning, the centerpiece of this whole thing is that bucket, that the anticipation of that bucket dumping. And so I think we've really, since we made our visit, found a lot of interesting little pieces that we can add to our splash pad, and we're still, our thinking is try to get at least the demolition of the old facilities to make way for what's coming, and a spring ribbon cutting is
spring opening
is what we're looking for.
That is the hope.
That is the hope.
So
Trying to stay on track with that, but we'll see how that goes.
well, I think a couple things to note. When we originally started this project, we were hoping to raise about $550,000
Yeah.
for kind of a mid-level splash pad.
Yes.
The business community was very supportive of the project.
Yeah, I think that's important to note, that the community, especially the business community, really supported this project. They're
They
all
did.
completely on board.
The Greater Fostoria Community Foundation, we got money from the state capital budget. But then we went out and applied for a grant through the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. And we are receiving that grant, which has kind of altered the project a little bit. So instead of that $550,000 number, it's now over $1 million we have for the project.
That's huge.
Yes.
So once we found out we got that ODNR grant, we had to kind of step back and reevaluate, because our original renderings were really no longer valid. And with ODNR money, it leads to a whole nother process. There are now grant agreements that have to be signed, legal gets involved. So it's kind of slowed things down on one end, but it's allowed us the opportunity to kind of reevaluate the project now that we have almost double the money than originally anticipated.
Yeah, but that the piece of being able to have a restroom facility there in that area, and then to really still allow us to bring in unique features for our community that would be different than other splash pads in the area, because we wanted ours to not just be little
like water shooting
little
out
sprinklers
of the ground.
We wanted to have features that would make it exciting when people came to visit the splash pad. And then from what we're seeing so far, we're going to really be able to pull off something that is going to be super unique to this area and fun for the community.
Yes.
So we have settled on a theme.
We have settled on a theme.
We have.
What is that theme?
Well, I think much like the rest of my life, it's kind of a beach theme, and I think it is going to be unique, and some of the features that go with the beach thing or theme are going to be a lot of fun when we open that up for the first day. There's a lot of really cool features that we got to see when we visited the company that's participating in this project, and man, it is gonna be fun for the community.
Well, and I think it should be noted that we have been working with a consultant on the project, And we wanted to make sure that when we were looking at these features, the company we're looking to partner with is from Ohio.
Right.
So that, if something were to break, they are literally an hour and a half away, which is ultimately going to save the city on maintenance costs and things like that. We've
Everything
been very
American made. That's a big piece
Made
of
in
it.
the USA,
Yep.
and all of the really cool features, they're all made right in Ohio.
Yeah.
And I think that's really neat to bring that to the community.
And in part of our conversation, we wanted, to your point, some unique features that you don't see other places. We've, one of the pieces we're looking at, they had just designed for a show, and I don't believe is actually
it's not
being
in any
used.
community at this point in time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I know the conversation about the starting point, but also building into the splash pad the possibility of adding more features later, as that whole thing can just continue to grow, and so it's going to start out really cool, but the potential is it'll be even better as we go.
We can add elements, and what I really appreciated is when we went and visited the company where the elements are produced. They have a really big focus on inclusivity, which our splash pad will be an inclusive splash pad, and there'll be a lot of different sensory pieces on it as well. So I think that's really exciting, between light and sound and just being able to be accessible for all abilities.
And in an area for smaller kids and
Yes.
for some bigger kids to all participate in the same area, and people of all abilities. I think this is going to be just a great new addition to this community.
And it's a much more cost-effective solution, because we haven't really been specific in this podcast talking about where the splash pad is going to be located, but it will be where the city pool was, and I know that's been kind of an element of some confusion and a little bit of heartburn in the community. But the pool needed a lot of repairs. And it cost a lot to maintain the pool year after year. So this is a solution that the maintenance and upkeep is so much more affordable for the city, and is going to be a long-lasting
Well, and the same
solution.
thing with the old bathhouse and restroom facility from the past. It was built in the 30s, is no longer ADA compliant in any way at all. So people of different abilities, to retrofit that to what we needed to do was most likely going to be over $1 million for that building alone.
Yes.
And so, unfortunately, I know people hate to see things from the past go, but sometimes they've outlived their usefulness and are more of a hindrance to what the community is trying to get accomplished for future development. And so, that's the unfortunate part of progress, is that sometimes some things from the past are no longer going to be around, but bigger, better things will take their place.
That all people can have access
And
to.
and something the community can afford.
Yes.
To maintain and can actually run from more of a Memorial Day, maybe to or through Labor Day if we wish, according to weather, where in the past you had about 2 months use out of the pool.
Right. And you don't have to pay for lifeguards.
And we know that we were at least $30,000 to $50,000 a year just to run the pool for 2 months, and that's even if we're able to find lifeguards. And the last estimates that we'd had on the pool were anywhere from $2 to $4 million, according to what the new look of a pool would be, and the maintenance costs every year of a pool are just through the roof, especially right now with chlorine the way it is. And so this will be much more manageable for the community, and I think it'll be something that'll draw people here from different places. But the main thing is, kids in the summertime will have the entire summer to use a splash pad, and not just those 2 months.
So true. It's been a fun project to work on. And like I said at the beginning, we've gotten some questions about what the status is. Is this still moving forward? And the answer is yes, it is. And actually, because of the generosity of the community, because of some of the outside grant funding that we got, it's going to be bigger and better.
Yeah, better than we imagined.
Much better.
Yes, much better.
We're excited to see it come to fruition for the community at large. We think it's going to be a great addition. It's been something you as the mayor have been very passionate about and have been actively involved in all aspects of it.
Yeah, we've been trying to find some solution for, and you know, something for the kids to do all summer long in the park area, and this seemed to be the best solution. And once we were able to put a plan together and the community embraced it, this is gonna be a big win for Fostoria.
And I think we would be remiss if we didn't give a special shout out to City Councilman Don Manel, who stepped up and really helped spearhead the capital campaign.
The fundraising,
Yes, the fundraising.
For the fundraising.
Yep.
He has been instrumental in helping make this project a success for the community.
Yeah, but the thing is, parks are a big passion of his, and so it was kind of a natural fit that he would join to spearhead that fundraising effort of it, and has been part of the planning pieces too. But you know, I insisted on my bucket, and we're going to get it.
You're gonna get your
Oh,
bucket.
you're gonna get your bucket.
I mean, you might get 2 buckets. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. We'll know soon.
We're still working some of that out.
We're still finalizing the actual elements in that plan.
Yeah,
but
still putting numbers
it's
together
exciting.
and trying to get the biggest and best bang for the buck, so that the community can be proud of what we put over there.
There's some exciting. So we already know there's exciting things happening at City Park, but I do believe there might be more to come.
I think there are some really, some
We'll just say more to come. It's like
More-
a teaser. We'll be talking about it
more
later.
announcements to come.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Well, with that, I think we should end now because we don't want to let anything slip.
Nope. And I appreciate you having me in to talk about this project. It's been pretty exciting, and can't wait to see the final piece. But I know we have a lot of work to do in the meantime. So
Yes.
Well, thank you
Thanks.
for coming on again. Always a pleasure.
and don't forget. Thank you too for the work that you've done on all of this, the grants writing piece, and helping to make the decisions about big is cool, too big is not affordable. So thanks for keeping those things reined in.
No problem. I can always be the Debbie Downer.
Yeah, well-
How much is that gonna cost?
Well, there it is.
I know you were nodding to that.
So-
That's fine.
Wah, wah, and let's
Yes. How much is that gonna cost? That's the
Yes.
question.
yes.
Yes.
But that's an important piece to have. Is the person will say, let's rein that in a little bit.
But we're still gonna have cool things.
It'll be great.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, while fall is in the air, we're already planning for summer. So
We're thinking spring. I always think spring.
you do.
And beaches, whatever.
Beaches. Yes. So stay tuned for more information on the Splash Pad project because it will be coming out. New renderings will be put out there yet this year, I'm sure, and we'll update timelines and we'll keep the community apprised.
And I look forward to my next visit here. I always enjoy my time on this couch. So thanks.
Oh,
Oh,
we look forward
so
to your
welcome.
next visit.
Thanks.
We really do.
So this concludes another episode of
Shut up and listen
Small Town Stories
with Sarah
and Renee
and
and Eric,
And
the
Eric.
mayor.
Just Eric.
Just Eric.